この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, episode 3 and maybe 4, we'll see. Last week we focused pretty heavily on Hoshimi Juna, the glasses sporting class rep who gives off big Onesan vibes and desperately wants to be top star, or at least on the board. We were shown in a wonderful way a whole bunch about Hoshimi. She wakes up before everybody else to start training. She leaves the room after everyone else has already left because she keeps on going. She's putting in all the effort that she possibly can, and it is not enough. She's got her goals, she's got her dreams, and they don't quite stack up to reality. So we have this immediate introduction of a very, very potent and powerful dynamic in any competitive sort of thing being portrayed in media, and that is the competition between innate raw talent and hard work, and it seems as though innate raw talent wins out as long as it's combined with sufficient hard work and stuff. You know, it's not like Tendomaya is slacking or anything. Speaking of which, we did get a title drop for the next episode at the very, very end, and that title drop was Top Star, and it came immediately after a sequence where we saw Claudine and Tendomaya do the thing, and Tendomaya defeat her, along with some moments of her saying things like, quote, "There's only one star shining at the top. This is Tendomaya." So we got a Highlander going on. There can only be one. That one is Tendomaya. She doesn't want to give up her spot. Are we gonna fight her? I think we're gonna fight her. Will we win? I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. So other elements. Oh geez, there are a lot. There are too many to actually go through, and from like comments and people talking in the Discord and stuff, I know that there are things that I have missed that I've been informed about since, but I don't want to waste my entire time here at the beginning just talking about all of them. Things like the weapons that the characters use are indicative of certain aspects and characteristics of the characters themselves, most notably those characteristics which are viewed as like important innate traits for review members IRL. For example, height being a huge one and being portrayed in the weapons via like size and length, with swords being mostly otokuyaku type characters holding them, and the length of the sword indicative of their height and stuff. Whereas shorter characters end up with weapons like what Hikari has, the tiny dagger, which she needs to use other skills beyond what she's innately been gifted in order to actually win fights. Although we haven't really seen much of her fighting yet, because all we got to see was her getting trounced when Bakaren first made her way into the arena, but lots of things like that I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on, because shit, there's a lot of weeds in this show. But there were a couple of other things that I do want to mention. One of them being the element of glimmers, in two ways. One being the simple visual that there are a lot of scenes where there is a pink shining light somewhere on frame, and the places where they're put seem very intentional. They followed Juna around a lot in the previous episode, in a lot of the moments when she was like working continuously toward her goal but not really making progress. And it also colored some of the interactions that she had with other students and her peers, some outside, and then most like impactfully the sequence where she gets mad at everyone not taking the practice more seriously, or as seriously as she is. So that's interesting. This is Tendomaya, obviously a hell of a moment. And oh yeah, glimmers as a secondary characteristic. I'm going to go on the running assumption until I'm told otherwise that the glimmer that our giraffe boy keeps talking about is like that special je ne sais quoi, that special something that a performer or an actor has that makes them capable of reaching really truly great peaks, you know? Beyond just talent or hard work or competence, that real flair, that real something else. And it seems pretty clear that Tendo Maya has it. She has had it since the beginning. Claudine has it in spades as well. But it's also becoming clear that Karen has quite a bit as well. We'll see how that plays out. And then the final thing is just a line from Hikari. I say just a line from Hikari, but it seems pretty fucking important. Combined with a line from the giraffe, where the giraffe says something like, I don't know why she wasn't a part of the competition before. Now I understand. Wakarimasu. Something about Glimmer, right? She's got that shit. And oh no, what he says is that's why she wasn't invited. I'm stupid. They share the same fate. That's the important thing. Derpty derp derp. They share the same fate. How much of the same fate? What does this mean? Does this mean that they are destined to both become top stars? Or they're both destined to die? I don't know. But the line that immediately follows it is Hikari kind of sleep talking, and she says, I'm sorry, Karen. Which again plays into this vibe that we got from her that was like, I don't want you to get involved in this. You're pure, and I don't want you to be tainted by this process. Possibly. Or it's dangerous. It raises the question, what does Hikari know about the review and audition process that Karen doesn't, and by extension that we as the audience don't? I don't know. I mean, it could be any number of things that she knows. It could just be that she finds the whole process to be a bit soul-sucking, which is totally valid. Or it could be more serious, like if you lose the duels, you get murdered. I don't know. It's possible. Okay, I think that's pretty much all that I want to talk about. I have the suspicion that this next episode will be focused heavily on Tendo Maya, and we're going to be finding out a good bit about the top star and the biggest name on campus, the queen bee, if you will. Who she is, how she got to where she is, why she's there, why she's reaching for it, where she came from, where in her history was instilled into her this desire to be victorious, to be the winner, because it seems like it's a level beyond just innate normal desire to win. It seems like a drive, a core thing, and I want to get into it. I want to dig into it, because I'm sure it will be interesting and it will be different from what I expect. Okay, I think that's all I want to talk about. Let's jump into episode 3 of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight. One other thing, and just general housekeeping stuff. I'm still using the Ripple subs. They're good. Good job, Gail. Thank you. If you see Gail around, give Gail a shout, because Gail made these subs, and that's really cool. Still using the Ripple subs. I am turning off the Romaji, because there is a no Romaji version. That way the screen gets a little bit less cluttered when there are either, mostly during the songs. I still probably won't be able to pay a ton of attention to song lyrics during the initial watch, but a lot of people have asked me if I would be willing to like just go back and look through all the song lyrics. I will absolutely do that. So when the episode finished, I'll say whatever little piece that I want to say for initial impressions, then I'll go back and go through whatever song it is, and I'll take notes on like anything that I found super interesting about the song lyrics. But I won't do that on screen because it's hard to like skip through a video and get all the subs up. They only appear on the frame when like the subs start. So if you skip past that, they don't appear. So that's really annoying. And then I can't just watch through the song and put it on YouTube, right? So I will stop the thing and I will cut that section out, and I will just come back to you with thoughts on song lyrics and stuff. Okay? And then you can go through and see the lyrics for yourself if you'd like to. I think that's it. We're good to go. Let's watch episode 3 of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight. I've got the episode up and ready to go. Again, it's using the Ripple subs, this time with no Romaji. I've got it. It's up. It's at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you'd like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just go ahead and get your copy ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you soon. And if you want next week's episode a little bit early, it'll be up on Patreon sometime in the same day that this is posted to YouTube. Cool? Beep beep timer. Okay. Glimmer, glimmer. Is this Maya and Claudine? Yeah, okay. Okay. It's the same opening, just different. Focused entirely on Claudine and Maya. Okay, so that was their final production of the 99th. Got it. Where they played the two leads. Got it. Hoshimi, Nana, everybody. Everybody's here. But Tendo Maya stands above her on the stage. Just a little bit. Okay. Cool. I don't have any grand insights at the moment. Not yet. All right. Thanks, Nana. Late as usual, eh? Incredible in what way? Inability to wake up. Got it. Then Hikari's just out. Not her problem. You sure did. Big Onesan vibes. And ignored. Grow up, Karen. Realizing that... Yeah, realizing that something has happened there. Hi, Maya. Nice show. Okay. Claudine didn't come. Ooh. She's just staying back. She she's just staying home, right? She didn't get disappeared. Okay. Doing backstage work? Huh. It's an interesting reaction to that. Huh. It took her that long to decide. You've got all this innate talent. Hmm. All right. She's the first one to be supportive of her. Ah, long hair banana. Hab muffin. Mm. All right. All right. I see what's going on here. All right, what you looking at, Maya? Oh, hi. Okay, she's still alive. That's important. And get pushed out of the way. Kind of. Okay. I don't believe that you did. Frankly. It's a little too convenient. Hey, kid, you want to buy some candy? There's a lot of strange framing in this episode. Oh. Oh, hi. Oh. One person noticed. Fuck, now I want a head massage. Kari just gazing out the window. I don't know what that says, but I assume that it's okay. Is she gonna get roped into it? There was a glimmer there. Hit. She's trying to keep her from going to auditions? Ear clunk. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't see quite what she was researching. I saw cryptids, so that's weird. She had a picture of Giraffe Boy. And get a big old box of candy. But everyone else, it's also their thoughts and hopes and dreams for her, which is cool. Hello, practice room. Maya? Claudine. Ah, in position 0 haunts her, and the glimmer is there. The glimmer is there. Ah, she noticed. This is the first time we've seen her split from Kaoruko, I think. Glimmer, glimmer, glimmer. Glimmer? Dude, is she gonna get sucked into this? Is she gonna get sucked into this and destroyed by Maya? Hi, Kaoruko. Eh? Bruh. Mm. Glimmer, glimmer. That's the same cut. She's forcing herself into the otakuyaku role. Kind of. Yeah. And that looms. Below them, but above them. Position 0. Woo, subtext. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Kaoruko, what the fuck? I mean, she kind of hit the nail on the head, though. Oof. Oof. Glimmer, glimmer. An unexpected couple. Okay. So we are positioning someone to be against Hikari. Top star. Oh. Yeah, keep dreaming. You're 1,000 years too early. Okay. Everybody's getting the call. But who is called? No participation today. Is she sneaking out? You can't stop fate. Oh, fuck. She's gone. She's gone. Bye. See ya. Who's she up against? Is it Tendo Maya? Oh. That's why you're a worthy rival. Has she been called? She's been called, dude. It's about to happen. Let's go. All right. We're in it. This is a weird episode so far. I wonder if it'll clarify a little bit once we get a little further in. Once the battle occurs. All right, this is Tendomaya, right? And she gets an entrance, yeah? Oh. Okay, it's this. Okay. Sick. And on the other side? Oh, overshadowed. Shining down. Ah. On a swan? All the spotlights straight on her. Ah. No dice. Can you break in? Ooh, it's a fun angle. All right. But the elevator itself shouldn't be. There's a staircase. That seems to track. Why the chandelier? Okay, immediately a duet. Or a dialectic. Okay. Swan in the background. For the sake of my promise, as always, yeah. Changing the color of the scene. There is no Ishoni, there can only be one. Oh, that's the other battle. Even the guard of her sword is a swan. And she has complete control over the stage. Okay, what is her element? Swans. And it's the staircase itself. Okay. Pillars, yeah. Yeah. Long journey to the top. Okay, that wasn't even the review song. Oh. Don't be at the mercy of the beast that dwells within. Ah. She made a sacrifice. She cast it away. Spread wings. Ah. And it becomes a dance. Big Utena vibes. Oh, that's not fair. That doubt. It only led her outside? Okay, defeat. All right, we've lost. Same line. How'd this one go? Expected. But she helps her up. Huh? It's a new ED. Okay, cool. Mm. Looks like there's... Yeah, there's a nice segment at the end. Like a full minute. Cool. So, fly me to the star as opposed to fly me to the moon. I should have been paying attention to these lyrics too. It seems like a yearning love song. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Oh, hello. And we have rankings for the top 8. And we are... Totally bodied. And the rain streaming down that looks like tears. Whoa. Promise Tower. Ooh, okay. Good. Good. Because we need to understand. We need to understand. We need clarity on that symbolism. That's what we need. Because Tokyo Tower is a weird symbol, and it's clearly a symbol that has like specific contextual meaning to this show in particular, depending on how their promise was phrased and how it worked. Fuck. Okay. Cool episode. Weird episode. Defeat. That's the big thing for me is defeat. Okay. We lose. How do we come back? What does this mean? What does this change for Karen? Huh. Oh, okay. So we're gonna lose, and then we'll focus on the Promise Tower, the reason that we were initially a part of this in the beginning, in the first place, and then we'll either reaffirm or alter and modify our motivations. Okay. And then that preps us to go back in. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah, good. This is a hell of a shot, by the way. Just this with them in full review gear below, and the reflection of a non-existent Tokyo Tower in the rainwater. Oh, it's cool. Okay, other things that stood out in this episode. The swan imagery around Maya. I have to wonder if it has anything to do with Black Swan or other ideas of like swans as a as related to performance art. Sorry, I've got this tickle in my nose. It's not going away, and it's killing me. Okay. Um, swans as a thing. Many more glimmers in the visual sense, all throughout the sequences. Right up until the actual review, the auditions start. It's all over the place. I mean, it's like everywhere. I'll go through in a minute when I go through to look at the song lyrics and see if there's anything, if there's like a consistent pattern to where the glimmers appear and where they don't. But I'm not sure. Okay, so there's that, the swan imagery, statues as well. There were like a lot of statues in this episode, I feel. Maybe I don't know. Or like Greek inspired elements in general. Starting with the costumes that they have for the initial review. Moving along, I think that when they're outside here, we focus on statues a bit as well, but I don't remember. And then there's obviously the one at the very end that's in frame a lot. Specifically here. Wonder why. And then there's this whole thing. The interaction between Kaoruko and, I don't want to get her name wrong. It's Hoshimi? I think it's Hoshimi. Hoshimi Revue. Nope, that's Juna. Revue Starlight girls. Who's the roommate character? Mahiru Tsuyu. Got it. Cool. There's the interactions between Mahiru and Kaoruko, and then fuck, I just forgot Kaoruko's. Yeah, it's not Itaba. Fuck, Futaba. And then Futaba and Claudine. These are interesting, and I want to go through them in more depth and like try and glean what I can from them. I'm not sure what to think of them at the moment. Kaoruko in particular seems tempting, like she's tempting Mahiru sexually, and I don't quite understand. Whereas Futaba is here as support, it seems. And there's, I don't know if it's intentional, but I got the vibe that she and Claudine have an existing relationship, like they knew each other before, or know each other pretty well. This is interesting that we get to see Kaoruko and Futaba split up when they've been acting as a unit. Hell, I think in episode 1's discussion, I talked about them essentially functioning as one character. Like every scene that we see them in, they're doing the same thing. Now we see the divide between them. They are individuals. Weird. Okay, and then we've got building potential conflict for Mahiru feeling left out, and Kaoruko seeming to manipulate her to turn her attention toward Hikari and make sure that blame is focused there. Don't understand why. I hope we get some explanation on that. Like, what does Kaoruko have against Hikari? Why is she scheming here? I don't know. But I'm interested. Okay, the inability to thwart fate is an element. Hikari tries but fails and is thwarted herself by all kinds of stuff. More Greek elements in the pillars and and stuff, the columns. And then Claudine helping her up. Okay. Cool. I'm going to do as I said I would. I'm going to go through the review song and the song that was right before it, and a number of other parts of the episode, and I'll come back to you with thoughts and notes and stuff. Okay? I'll see you in a minute. Peace. Alright, welcome back. That took way longer than expected. It is about 30 minutes since I actually said anything. And I've just been recording the whole time because, I don't know. And I have a lot of notes here. Definitely more than I thought I would have when I finished the episode. Oh, just dropped my pen thing. Okay. Definitely more than I expected. But, okay. I figured out some things, and I figured out where I want to start. And where I want to start is right here in this scene that I have up on screen right now. This one teensy-tiny, like 3-second scene is the entire episode in microcosm. It's the whole thing right here. Let us watch the abridged version of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, episode 3. The episode goes like this. That's the whole episode. Okay, let's back up a little bit and explain what the fuck I mean by that. First and foremost, there are two major elements in this sequence that are important. Well, I guess there are three. You could say that the glimmers of pink are maybe important, but I don't think they are in this particular instance. There are two that are important. One is the statue. Two is the paper plane. The statue, what is it? What is that? Well, it's not just a statue, it's the statue in the courtyard, and it's the Venus de Milo. It's like a really famous statue. I'm just an idiot because I didn't recognize it. I went looking for famous statues. And it's like, oh, yeah, that would be the one. Where else do we see the Venus de Milo in the episode? Okay. 545. Well, there's one. What element of this frame is mirrored by the Venus de Milo in this frame? Oh, look, it's Maya. She's facing the same direction as the statue. Oh, look, she's in the exact same pose as the statue, almost. Oh, look, she's also distinctly, like, separated from all the other characters who are standing underneath this little shelter thing, and she is standing outside of it. There's a lot going on in this one frame. One, we get the association Maya equals statue. Cool. What else do we gain from that? Well, it's the Venus. It's Aphrodite, right? So it's the goddess of love and beauty. Ideal traits for a top star, right? Ideal characteristics. Cool. It's also a statue. It's unmoving, solid, stable, set in stone, unchanging, unweathered, stubborn, you could say. It is all of those things. And who else is like that? Well, Maya is. Okay. And then we have the paper plane. The paper plane, it's kind of goofy. It's driven along by wind currents. It has no real autonomy. It doesn't choose its own path. It just flies where the wind wills it, right? By nature. I know this is a stretch as a metaphor, but it's really not. Okay. Who strikes us as that as a character? It's kind of Karen. Mostly. I mean, she has goals, but they're external goals, and we'll talk about the externalization of her desires in a bit. But we could say that she's a pretty good stand-in for the paper plane. Light and floaty. She is gunning for the position currently occupied by the statue, the top star. What happens in this episode when she attempts to dethrone/unseat the top star from its position by running headlong at her? Clunk. And fall. And that's the episode. We're done. Roll credits. That's it. I'll this has been fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next week for the next episode. Peace. Like, that's the whole episode right there. Now, there are other elements. There are B-plots and things, but that's the big thing. Maya is top star. There can only be one. This is Tendo Maya. She is at the top, and Karen has zero chance. So, we have the review of Pride. Whose pride? Where's it coming from? Well, at first glance, we could say, if this is going to be a Maya-focused episode, it's probably pretty likely that the pride we're going to focus on is Maya's. She's proud. She's at the top, and she knows it. Fuck yeah, she's at the top. Of course she's proud. But no, this one's about Karen's pride, or more aptly, Karen's arrogance. Uh, there are a bunch of little things. Okay, so uh, ba, 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 ba. One of them. I'll be back once I've won. Oh shit! I was supposed to timestamp that and I didn't. It's when Karen runs away. Uh, Let me turn off the volume because that's loud. All right. I'll be back once I've won. It's a foregone conclusion. I've already got it. I'm totally gonna win this thing. No chance that my Nintendo, this person who's been doing this for far longer than I have, and is obviously better than I am, no chance that she'll win. Not even a shot. Interesting. Okay. Wait, there was something else I was gonna say about this. Yeah. Okay. She's just arrogant, and then she echoes this in song lyrics. Got too many notes. Boom. I may not be able to reach the star yet, but for the sake of my promise, I will run toward it relentlessly. I'm on rails. I'm going forward, regardless of what's in my path. That is an arrogant perspective. I will run toward it relentlessly. I believe that I can do it. I got this. It's also very kind of classic shonen-y logic. It's anime logic, right? Main character is a determinator. They believe they can do it, and so they can do it. Now the show is questioning that kind of a motivation, and beyond that, we'll get into the externalization of desire here. Yeah, Karen's entire motivation that she's presented to us so far is external. Her whole desire to become a star has to do with her promise with Hikari, something that we do not know about yet. I assume we're going to find out about it in the next episode. But it's an external promise. It's not her own desire. Or if it is, she's masking it with that as a justification. There's a really big flaw with that, which is that she doesn't communicate with Hikari at all. She just kind of assumes that Hikari wants this as well, that Hikari wants to be top star, and that Hikari wants to be top star with her, and that Hikari is still waiting on that promise in the same way that she is, right? That she has the same feelings about it that Karen currently does, and that's not necessarily true. We get one example of this at 4:06, which I believe is when Karen tells Hikari that they're eating lunch together. Yep. Phrasing. Today, we're definitely having lunch together, okay? And there is no response. This is important. This is a crucial scene. It's also pretty important that we frame it with Mahiru in frame. It's pretty neat. Hikari is completely ignoring her, gaze on the distance out the window, looking at something else. Karen just turns around and says, "We're eating lunch together, right?" It's a foregone conclusion. In the same way, we're going to become top stars together, right? And then she just goes off and starts acting on that path without actually getting any kind of confirmation. Hikari appears and Karen is like, "All right, we're in it. The promise is game. This is the thing, and this is what we're doing. We're on the same page here," but they're not. They're not on the same page. So, on two levels, Karen's motivations fall apart. One, she doesn't actually communicate her motivations, which require like the consent of another person because that's the core of it. She doesn't actually communicate those motivations to that person. Two, they're not really her motivations. They're not really her goals. They're part of this external thing, the promise. Why does she want to become the top star? Why is she going for this? What's her motivation? What's her desire? And I hope and I think that we'll probably unpack that a little bit in the next episode or two. Okay. Staying on that line from the song, we do I may not be able to reach the star yet, but for the sake of my promise, I will run toward it relentlessly. And immediately Maya breaks out of song, does not sing these lines, but asks her, she questions why she's participating. Yeah. So she finishes that line, "I will run toward it relentlessly." "Aijo Karen, why are you participating in this review? You haven't given me a good reason," is essentially what she's saying, and she's right, right? Like, Karen just told her in song, "For the sake of my promise, I will run toward it relentlessly." Aijo Karen, why are you participating in the review? There's a mismatch there, right? Karen believes that she's just presented her reasons. My goal is to fulfill my promise. Maya doesn't see it that way. Why are you doing this? What's your goal here? Where's your motivation? And she's right. And to become a star, of course, is not a good enough answer. And more than that, together with Hikari-chan is a travesty, right? It's blasphemous against the nature of being top star, against the entire system, against everything that Maya has worked for, right? I don't understand this line from Starlight about plucking a star. Don't really get it. Okay. And then a little bit later, the only other things that I grabbed from the song were "Don't be at the mercy of the beast that dwells within. Spare me your half-hearted resolve," as a line from Maya. Excellent. Again, this is kind of immediately following that, and is again just slapping Karen down. Your resolve is half-hearted. You are at the mercy of the beast that dwells within. You are at war with your own shadow. You are relying on instinct, and you are not thinking this through. And then we get scenes of Claudine with the lines from Maya. She made a sacrifice. She cast it away that you could not. And she seems to be referring to her pride. Claudine was willing to cast that away and be willing to play second fiddle to Maya, knowing that was her place, I think is what she means there. Okay, that's all the stuff I got from the song. And there's still a lot. Oh boy. Okay. Cool. Venus de Milo in the courtyard. Symbol of Maya, goddess of love and beauty. Swans and feathers are also associated with the Venus and with Aphrodite. They're also probably some level of reference to Swan Lake because it's such a big thing, right? And you'd have to make some big stretches to like make specific clear ties between Swan Lake and this, but it's enough that I think it's meant to be picked up upon. The stage, the stairs, yeah, Maya's entire stage that she controls becomes stairs and hierarchy and columns. It is solid and static, and it puts her up on high upon a pedestal, which makes a lot of sense. And then that kind of thing goes even further and ties in even more when we're battling on the stairway and Karen falls. No, it's the later fall. I think it's here. Yeah, okay. After this jab, yeah, she falls and the stair does the stair trap thing where they all fall down into a slide as though the stage itself is rejecting her. She's not good enough. Not just for Maya, but for the stage as a whole, which is interesting. There's another element to that, which is that initially my take on this was just that Maya is so in tune with the stage and the system and the desire of the production as an entity, as an organization as a whole, that she has grand control over all the elements of it and is able to manifest all these crazy things there. That's what I thought it was, but then I went back through it again, and there's something interesting that she does right before the stage starts getting crazy. So it's right after she chastises her, and then the whole stage reveals itself. Yeah, the painted backdrop disappears, and a real one takes its place. Symbols becoming reality. But the moment that's important is this. Yeah. What have you offered? And she kisses the gem on her blade, on her sword. Okay? And then it glows, and then the stage changes. Karen also has a gem on her blade. It's right there in the hilt. Wonder if she could activate it and use that to manifest her own stage. In the interest of figuring out whether this was a thing, I went back to episode 1 and episode 2 and the similar moments in them when the stage started to change. In episode 2, nothing happens. Juna doesn't interact with her gem, really. We do get a number of shots of the gem, like, focused on it, before the stage starts to transform. So it makes me think that there is something to that. And then in episode 1, at about 1848, in our first battle with Juna, she spins her bow and then, like, waves her hand over the gem, at which point it glows, and then the stage begins to transform. So there may be some element here that, like, that's built into their stuff that she just doesn't know about, that Karen doesn't know is a part of the competition. Kind of reminds me of something in Utena. I can't put my finger on what, where Utena didn't know quite what was up, or what abilities were supposed to be at her disposal. Or, like, fighting without a sword is what she ends up doing. That's kind of the same kind of thing. Yeah, control of the stage itself, which is perfect for Maya, but it happens in all of them. Okay, more stuff. Pride Maya at the top, Karen's shattered, the stage itself rejecting Karen, the paper plane, I'll be back once I've won. Stepping on the little birds, yeah. The first staircase that Maya manifests is made up of symbols, and they're all little birds. Now, this could just be part of the overall swans motif that she has going on here, but I don't know. I feel like it's maybe a little bit more than that. So let's hold on. I want to see the little bird staircase once it rises up. Yeah. All right. So an endless staircase of little birds. You know what this reminds me of more than anything? It reminds me of the staircase from Berserk, the one inside Griffith's head, the one that's paved with skeletons. That's what this reminds me of. This reads to me as people on the staircase, on the hierarchy, right? And we've talked about the staircase itself has important stuff in Takarazuka. Cool. And then is hierarchy incarnate. She stands at the top of the hierarchy, and they form the foundations upon which she stands. She walks over them. That's interesting. It's interesting. That's Claudine and Kaoruko and Karen. That's who those people are, who those burbs are, never to become a glorious golden duck at the top. Or, I guess, golden swan. Yeah, and eventually the swan spreads its wings as we are cast out of the theater, kind of. And then Hikari on her journey finds it fruitless. This is an interesting part, and I don't know how to read it. Yeah, Hikari goes on this just chasing after her, right? And running through elements of the catwalks and stuff, trying to reach her level and trying to stop it. But when she finds the door marked theater, it only leads to the outside. It only leads to the exit. And she finds herself outside, unable to find Karen. I don't know what that means. I don't know what to think about that. I just don't know. Okay, other things. Zero communication, motivation external. Good. Supports and leads. Yeah. Or the other battle that occurs at the same time. There are a couple of interesting things about that. Hold on. Should we talk about that first, or should we talk about Mahiru and Kaoruko first? I think we should talk about Mahiru and Kaoruko first, because it immediately leads into that. Okay. This is the most out of place segment of the episode, I think. It's an interesting one. Out of place just meaning that it doesn't fit the rest of the flow and doesn't tie in quite the way I would think. Okay. We get Mahiru looking for Karen, and she finds Kaoruko instead. Kaoruko alone because Futaba is off talking to Claudine. And in this moment, Kaoruko invites her in. Why don't we soak together? And there's something about her voice actress's delivery. There's something about it that's more, . I don't think I'm stepping out of line here when I say that, like, there's a pretty clear pretty clear implication that Mahiru, or I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the names because they both have blue hair. That Kaoruko is kind of propositioning Mahiru. Yeah, it's not out of place. There's the rubber ducky and all kinds of things. Futaba-han ain't around, you see, so you want to be Futaba-han tonight? Kind of. And the other side of the conversation, those two. And your rival's right, glimmers pervade every sequence, it seems. And then there's this frame, this shot. Okay, this is really cool. All right, so that particular cut of the shoes we've seen before, right? We saw it in episode 2, right before Juna gets mad about stuff. Let's go look at it. Because I believe that Maya is the one that's further away from us at the beginning of the cut. Let me find it. It's somewhat unclear. I think that I'm correct. So we get this sequence. It is the same cut. And then there's this. I think that given their relative positions, this leads me to believe that that is correct. That Maya is the leading role in the dance. What I mean is, like, she's pushing forward, right? Which means that by echoing that particular cut with Futaba-han's shoes instead, what we end up with is Claudine taking the role of top star, or Otokuyaku, or Dom, you could say. And she is taking it, right? She forces herself into this role in this moment over someone that she can exert that kind of authority over because she is better than Futaba, right? And then she echoes that role. There. And the button falls. Ding. I feel like, is the button falling her kind of bowing out of the running? Her admitting defeat? Maybe. That's a knowing smile. And that's a knowing line. Were you thrown aside too? So immediately I get manipulative vibes. And then immediately we get the understanding that Kaoruko knows that both of them are in situations where their partner or the person they're closest to, or in this case, the now confirmed crush of Mahiru on Karen, are with another girl at the moment, right? There's adultery at foot or at hand. So why does she do this? Why does she needle her? And why does she turn her against Hikari? Is it just as like a vent? Just to let out steam? That's pretty bitchy. Yeah. Deny, deny, deny. And squirt. Pretty on the nose. The ones who are always by our side started drifting away. Don't you reckon it's strange? It all started when she showed up. Turning her against Hikari. Why? Or so I thought. But even I might be able to become one. I thought I'd always be a supporting role, but even I might be able to become a top star. Huh. Deedle. Whatever it is. Yeah. And then Bat escapes, but she escapes, so it doesn't matter. Okay. This sequence with Mahiru and Kaoruko is interesting. I don't really get it from Kaoruko's perspective. It's oddly manipulative and kind of weird. But it does kind of lead into the Claude and Futaba duel at the very, very end, which is an interesting one. Because we have our supporting roles at the end here, right? Our Our competition for top star for main cast is already over, but this competition is one for supporting roles. What is present in this stage that they're fighting on, and what is absent? Gimmicks, props, stage control. There's no staircase or giant pillars or lenses or whatever the hell Claudine would have as her symbolism. It's not here. It doesn't exist. This is a simple battle. There's also no giraffe saying wakarimasu. And there's no glimmer. That shining light is no longer at the top of the pedestal. The only place where that pink glow exists at all is this tiny little bit here at the very bottom left corner, glimmering off of the button on her coat. None of the trappings of the audition process are here. This isn't for anyone else. This isn't for an audience or whatever Kieran or the giraffe represents as an audience. This isn't for the system. This isn't for anyone else but these two. This is just for them. And I think the implication is because it's just for them, they're able to reach out and smile at the end. And stay close. That's kind of cool. Kind of neat. And then we get our rankings. Tendo, Maya, Saijo, Claudine, no surprises. A little bit of a surprise here. Daiba Nana, number 3. She was the closest among all of them to actually unseating one of the top 2. That gives a little bit of extra perspective on her quitting out of acting, right? And focusing on the behind-the-scenes stuff. No wonder they reacted so severely to that. And Karen starting at the bottom. But this is a good thing. I think this is a very good thing. She needed to have her reckless idealism crushed. She needs this moment where she's realizing it wasn't even a fight. And she needs this moment of realizing that the statue of Aphrodite, the Venus de Milo, Maya Tendo, is not going to be unseated so easily. Smack. Baka. And they're framed within Tokyo Tower. Reflections of themselves. Very cool. Very cool. And Promise Tower is what's coming up. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. So, the review of Pride. Oh man, there are so many other elements too. Like, Juna is researching the giraffe, right? She's looking for it in a book of UMAs, or cryptids, or unidentified mysterious animals, as they are called in Japan, which I found out today. Jeez. There's a lot. The candy bribery sequence was wonderful. The whole scene with Banana quitting out, or saying that she's going to be quitting out, or having it announced by the teacher, I should say. Very interesting. And important. A lot of Ikuhara's works function theatrically. That is, the screen that we see is a window into a stage upon which the characters are merely players. And everything is presented theatrically. There's distance between the audience and the images on screen, and distance between us and the characters. A knowledge of symbolic meaning and stuff. Part of that theatricality is what you actually show, what is focused on, which is to say, what appears on stage, right? Characters that come onto the screen and have speaking lines are actors that come onto the stage and have speaking lines, right? It's the same kind of thing. Who then are the extras, the ensemble, the background members, the stagehands, the people who don't get all that focus. Both in this show and on stage in reality, in a real theater production, they are the people behind the scenes, the scriptwriters, the playwrights, the stage production people, the people doing background art and stuff. Banana is a character because she's an actress. Banana stepping away from being an actress is stepping away from the thing that makes her a character. And we see sequences like this. No. This, yeah. The sea of generic background characters. They may speak and interact, but they do so without us hearing because they do not matter. Banana has sacrificed her presence, her own identity as a character. So of course they're shocked in this moment. And this creates a bit of a hierarchy, right? Or more of a hierarchy. The stage girls are above everyone else, the playwrights and such. And within the stage girls, the top star is the top. And there's a sub-hierarchy as well. It's pretty interesting. And then the bribery. Good stuff. So we try to lock Karen away to prevent her from actually competing in the audition. It doesn't work. She competes anyway. Can't prevent that. Almost has the same kind of vibe as like the time traveler's wife, where you're trying to stop fate, but it's going to happen regardless. Like Karen is fated to compete in these duels and fated to lose. That's actually another layer potentially. Maybe Hikari was trying to protect Karen from defeat. Maybe Hikari suffered defeat herself and doesn't want Karen to. Maybe she underestimates Karen's psychological resilience, because I think Karen will just blow through that shit eventually. Interesting. So, we have our first defeat. This is a big deal. It's going to be a turning point for Karen as a character. Guaranteed. Where's she going to turn? I don't know. It's going to have to do with the tower and the promise, because we know that's what's coming next, and that's the perfect positioning for it, to have your character suffer a crushing defeat that throws all their motivations into question, and then have them actually question their initial motivations by showing us what those are. Perfect. Sounds good. There's this building potential conflict between Mahiru and Karen, which will... I don't know. I mean, are we going to get a review of jealousy? Because if we do, that's perfect. That's prime material. I think there was a goddess of jealousy, right? I don't know. Got that building up. Got a lot of things going on. Hopefully, Hikari and Karen can actually communicate in the next episode. And hopefully, whatever we find out about their initial promise gives us a foundation for Karen to recenter herself and figure out her path to becoming top star, or changing the whole system, or whatever she ends up deciding she wants to do. This is a good thing for the show, I think. Karen defeated. This is good. All in all, really solid episode. Fun to see a battle that really puts us in our place, that Karen was getting kind of lucky with these last couple battles against Juna. Getting kind of lucky, and now she realizes that there's a long way to go. That is a long staircase to reach the top where Maya is currently. Cool. Can't wait to climb the stairs with her. Okay, I think that's going to be a wrap. Me, Teeaboo. This review Starlight is good. I like. I'm going to end here because this discussion ended up being pretty long. I thought that maybe we would do 3 and 4, but this discussion ended up being pretty long. And I think that if episode 4 does focus on character motivations, as I expect that it will, that that episode's discussion will probably be pretty long too. So we will stick with one episode for now for Review Starlight until further notice. Anyway, me Teeaboo, this Review Starlight is good. I'll see you next week for more. If you want the next one a little bit early, it'll be up on Patreon sometime today. See ya later. Peace.